So yesterday, I went down to the, usually after I do one of these videos out here, and I know I've only been doing them for a short time, this is kind of a learning curve for me, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And so, honestly, this is more for me than it is for anybody else, but as I get better at it, maybe I'll think about starting a new YouTube channel that's more specifically geared towards music, and if I ever decide I want to start telling jokes, I'll use this channel or I'll start a new one. My brother originally helped me set up this channel because I had a shitload of jokes that I wrote while I was in prison, and he said they were funny and I thought they were funny, and you know, I thought maybe someday I'd try stand-up comedy or something. My brother is like, well, just do it on YouTube, it's easier. I don't know. I think if you're telling jokes, you need to hear people laughing. And I don't mean like a laugh track. I mean, you got to just grab yourself by the nuts and get up in front of an audience and just do it. So that's really what I would actually like to do someday before I croak. But I love music and I've been studying it. And, this stuff, since I got out, I've been experimenting with. I like the battery powered stuff. I like the portable stuff. I do have a lot of other stuff. It's getting colder out, and so I will be doing YouTube videos inside my RV at some point because it'll be too cold to be outside, and plus I have a lot of other cool things that are not battery powered or portable necessarily. So we'll get into that later on, but for now, I ran into a snag over at the lake is what I was telling you. I can't wear my strap because the front strap knob fell out. There's a little bolt on the inside and I can't reach it. I'm going to have to use like some channel locks or something to hold this in place to put it back on. Because the strap wasn't really the right type of strap for this guitar. So I was just kind of threading it through. I didn't realize there was a bolt on the inside that would fall out. So, being that said, I'm going to have to sit down, play the guitar, or I'll be all awkward. So I'm going to show you this Lava Me 4 real quick. The cool thing about this Lava Me 4, one of the cool things is it's got a truss rod. So you can adjust the action on the neck. You couldn't do that with the Lava Me 3. Kind of cool feature. Other than that, the Lava Me 3 and the Lava Me 4 are pretty much identical, except this got newer electronics. It's got a volume button in here and a power button. Hold the power button down. You should hear it turn on. Symbol showed up. Hear that? Now we know we have power. And this time it should stay on because it's fully charged. And I like to slide up to so you can do loops, you can do drum effects. Now the cool thing about this guitar and the sucky thing simultaneously is that it has Bluetooth capability. I'll demonstrate it. And that Boss Katana has Bluetooth capability. I can connect this guitar to that amp. But the only thing that seems to work through the Bluetooth is the drum effects. You can't hear the guitar through it. I have to actually plug the guitar in to get it to come to the amp. So that's a little disappointment. Maybe the next version of this will be able to get all sounds, including loops and other kind of recordings that you can do with this guitar. This guitar is great. It's the best thing about it to me though, it's an affordable carbon fiber body, neck and all. I can have it out here in the desert. I can have it over by the ocean. It's not going to hurt it. I could probably paddle down a river with this thing. I don't know. So anyway, I can demonstrate the drum effects. If I can see them. That's the only problem with all these LCD screens. Can't see what you're doing. Drums. wasn't it? I cannot see. Guess I should have set this up ahead of time. Okay, here we go, live drums. So that's coming out of the guitar. Now I haven't picked an effect. I can pick an effect. Go to effects first. I'll just pick, you know, something. Angry Baby. Okay, so I'll go back out. I'll go to live drums. You get the idea? Now watch, I put on this Bluetooth over here. Yeah, make a liar out of me. I probably have to pair them again. Hear the feedback? Okay, not bad, right? Let's get out of that feedback mode. Okay, so it's in big bend mode. I can't see what I'm doing here, and it's my fault. I make shitty videos because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But, so, you can pair the two. And when you pair this with the Katana, the drum effects will go through, but the guitar effects won't. And I've looked online to see if there's a solution to it. I haven't found one so far. Maybe there is, and I just don't know about it, but I haven't found one. My opinion is, if it ain't easy, it's bullshit. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and plug everything in now. So we can play with these pedals. And we'll just try them one at a time and see what happens. Mind you, it's still on an effect. It's on an amplified effect. This one's called Big Ben. So we'll see if any of this comes through. Okay, so we got action with the amp now. another effect. Oh, that wasn't Big Ben. This is Big Ben. So this effect is a result of the electronics in the guitar itself coming through the amp. The amp itself has a few effects of its own. Besides bass, middle, and treble, it's also got modified effects. You can play around with them. The more effects you compile on each other, you got two issues. One is you can create a unique sound all your own, whether you're using this amp or another amp. A lot of amps, like I have a Fender Mustang at home, and it's got all kinds of effects of its own. When you combine the effects of the amp along with the effects of, say, the guitar, and then maybe you want to, so you got two different effects, cross-filtering, you get a kind of a unique sound. You can do what you want. Then you can start filtering them through pedals, and you can start turning up the gains and the sustains and the attacks and all different kind of, you can tweak each sound all you want. But after a while, you'll learn that too much of a good thing is a bad thing. It starts to turn into just noise, and everything sounds like everything else. And you find yourself getting into a rut because your brain is trying to find the sound that you want, and then all of a sudden every sound is the same sound. So it's best to just simplify. Just a little bit of this or a little bit of that. Maybe none of this and more of that. That's all this guitar. I got the gain turned up a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and find a milder. That's got a little distortion. So let's go ahead and turn on the compression sustainer, C3. See how that changes this tone. I keep the level down. I turn everything way down on each one of these, so you can turn them up a little bit at a time. Oh, nothing's happening now. What's that about? I had the level down all the way on the compressor, on the compression. I turned it up. Let me make sure you're still recording, so I'm not sitting here talking to myself. Okay, good. I hate it when that happens, you know. I could be out here for an hour or something, and I'm like, none of it was recorded. I'm like, oh, well, at least I had fun, you know. All right. So now I got the compression sustainer, the CS3 is now on. You can almost tell immediately what that compression does. Makes you sound a little cleaner than you actually are. And that's just with the level turned up. We got attack. Let's turn up the attack a little bit. I got the sustain turned way down. We'll turn that up next. that's because I'm using cassette. It has kind of a reverb sound. Alright, let's turn up the sustain. Even though it's a compression sustainer, it does remind me of how a synthesizer works. You've got attack and you've got sustain. Those two functions are part of how a synthesizer works. It's part of the envelope. The attack is like how soon after you pluck that note does it resonate? Slightly delayed or faster? I'll go ahead and turn it all the way up. Let's see if that reverb sound goes away. Still there. I'm gonna guess that reverb sound is coming from the effect that I chose on the guitar itself. Let's try another effect. That's about right. Now I'm getting kind of a hallway effect a little bit, but that's because I am using an acoustic guitar, so my ear is picking up the acoustics of the guitar itself. Now let's turn up sustain on the compression sustainer, the CS3. See what we get. Starting to turn into a bit of a distortion thing. Let's turn down the gain on the amp. Whoa. Dang, I didn't even turn on the angry driver yet. That sounds mean. Alright, let's turn. I'm gonna turn the sustain back down. I'm gonna turn the attack down a little bit. Turn the tone up. And mind you, I'm still using an effect on the guitar. I might have to switch those out. Now I'm going to turn on the angry driver. Driver is really good to experiment with a larger amp, a plug-in amp. Alright, as soon as I
find a nice tone I'm going to try this harmonist at. This is the Manhattan effect. Okay. Time for the harmonist. This is what I've been waiting for. Look at that, one note. And you can choose between 2 and 3 voices and different keys. That's the pitch shifter. I think I have 3 voices on right now. I got it in B flat. Shifter, so it's leaning towards the higher pitch, if you notice. With the lower pitch, not so emphasized. And you can control that. Leaning towards more the middle. Let's try another effect. Black hole. That's almost as cool as the synthesizer alone. I like that synthesizer pedal a lot, but it still kind of leans towards organ sounds. Another cool thing about the harmonist, you can use it on a microphone if you want it just to augment your voice. You know, you want to sound like a little bit like Ozzy, or maybe you don't want to use an auto tune because everybody knows what auto tune sounds like. It auto tunes your shitty voice, and everybody winds up sounding like Cher or one of these rappers who can't sing, and they just want to use auto tune for the whole song. It's like, dude, you're ruining hip hop. You hear that? Hello? Woo! Woo! In the fields the generals gather. Anyway. One note. Kind of get the idea. I'm going to start messing around with this loop station next. I have to play around with it to figure out exactly how it works. I saw a few YouTube videos on it, but still didn't get it. I know it's supposed to be really easy. You just tap on it and it loops, but I mean, it says rhythm setup memory.
guess I have a few things to learn about it. But it should be fun, because then I can start playing with myself. See you next time, folks. Happy Veterans Day. Thanks to all the servicemen and women for protecting our country, giving us our freedom so we can enjoy this beautiful land.